Namaskar.
Namaskar.
Welcome to Sara Akash. This is Vijay Lakshmi and he is my dear friend Pitambar.
It's a pleasure to join you all on this wonderful platform, Sara Akash.
Indeed. Being in harmony with nature, the sky, the sea, the mountains and rivers, or the forests and flowers brings us peace.
Absolutely. Nature is a great teacher.
Yeah.
Every element of nature offers us lessons in resilience, harmony, and calm. Whenever we suffer any kind of loss, we look up at the sky, searching for hope.
Often, our inner turmoil stems from doubt, fear, mistrust, and miscommunication. These emotional disturbances are common.
And in seeking peace, we return to nature.
Mm.
Her balance and harmony inspire us to find peace, solace, and happiness. Take Lord Tennyson, for example. Stricken by his friend's untimely death, he found comfort in nature's permanence. He wrote, "Men may come, men may go, but I go on forever."
Today, let's explore the human mind and how to navigate its many challenges.
Let's connect two dots in life, troubled times and their solutions.
Troubled times and their solutions. One powerful remedy is dialogue because talking helps.
Yes, but let's define what we mean by talk. It's a genuine, purposeful conversation between individuals, children, youth, adults, and someone they trust, like a parent, teacher, or friend.
This intense beneficial talk, or let us say counseling, is a help extended or sought through talks to probe into the problems of loss and suffering and find an insight. It is both a search and a pathway for healing.
Yeah, it is a discussion to empower the individuals to overcome challenges and achieve their goals. It is a platform to develop skills and strategies to strengthen personal and interpersonal relationships.
Since it is a complex era of intense interplay of multiple issues at home, at workplaces, and within ourselves, everyone must address both immediate and long term concerns regarding their careers, goals, and relationships.
Exactly. To move forward, we need motivation and assurance of support and encouragement from the people around us. Open, supportive conversations are essential.
That's why we must foster an environment where conversation can happen freely.
Often, those with greatest need hesitate to speak. They must be gently encouraged. Even those doing well need guidance, be it inspiration, motivation, or help with improvement.
Every child between 14 and 18 need guidance. They must understand their options, choices, and consequences.
Indeed, adults too may feel stuck, ignored at work, or dealing with personal setbacks. Counseling is just not for problems, it is a way to unlock potential.
Experts can guide us, but the most critical support comes from those closest parents, teachers, and true friends. Their advice sometimes may seem strange, but it is grounded in love.
Once you decide to speak and know whom to confide in, we begin to understand ourselves better. Counseling is as much about listening as it is about talking. Let me share a story, a memory. When I was 7, I was caught secretly smoking bidi behind our house. My mother didn't scold me. She simply skipped her dinner. Watching her in pain, I broke down. That night, she softly spoke of her dreams for me. That conversation changed my life. Since then, I have never touched tobacco or alcohol.
How powerful! A well timed, heartfelt conversation from a parent builds love and prevents arguments.
It is about open hearted communication, like a teacher who offers advice and lets you think your own path.
Exactly.
But sometimes children rebel, they feel hurt or neglected. In such moments, parents must open their hearts and ears. Even silent listening can ease pain. I recall confiding in a friend who barely spoke, but his silent attention lifted my burden.
That's true. Listening with love truly melts barriers. One purpose of counseling is self awareness, acknowledging there is a problem and finding the right person to talk to.
That's right. When parents and children share mutual trust, other support systems like friends, teachers can step in effectively.
Obesity is one concern among teenagers. How can families help?
It's a serious issue. Weight gain can cause emotional pain. Combating it requires diet control and consistent exercises.
But success often seems out of reach.
Because the child is left to battle alone.
No.
If a parent or friend or coach walks beside him, the journey becomes easier.
That means someone has to make a little sacrifice by spending his time and energy.
Exactly. Let me share the story of Upamanyu, a chubby disciple of Guru Dhamya. Ridiculed for his size, he was repeatedly told to stop eating various things. Eventually, his hunger led him to consume poisonous fruit. He became blind. When the Guru found him, he asked Upamanyu to pray to the Ashwini Kumars. His sight returned and he transformed, slimmer, stronger, and wiser. His Guru was moved by his faith.
What a lesson. Solutions must adapt to the times, but the care and guidance remain timeless.
Now, let's talk about the inner dilemmas. The constant tug of choices, should I or shouldn't I?
The human dilemma, to be or not to be.
Whether it is nobler in the mind to suffer or to take up arms, whether to become a doctor or to become a pilot, whether to take up a job and lead a routine life or become an entrepreneur, take risks and be a billionaire are constant pinpricks. They are to be resolved through counseling. It's a career path, an ambition, a dream. The parents should tread softly because they are treading on their child's dreams.
Especially for teenagers deciding subjects, streams, or careers, they need structured discussions to clear their doubts.
Sadly, decisions are often rushed. Many students end up taking all science subjects and struggle. Clear guidance could help them focus and succeed.
Such conversations must explore a child's dreams, beliefs, and confidence.
Let's take the example of Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. He was deeply troubled and frustrated when he failed to get selected as a pilot. He had lost all hopes and found himself in a sea of troubles. He went and met Sage Sivanand in Rishikesh. The sage listened to him very patiently and with empathy and finally said, "Better things are waiting for you. Leave your failure behind you and move on." He found new strength. He rose to become India's missile man and the president.
Likewise, young Narendra struggled with spiritual questions and was greatly afflicted with the thought of the existence of God. Where is God? Has anyone seen him? How will I find him? Nobody could answer the questions. Ramakrishna Paramhamsa removed the cloud of doubt from his mind by telling, "I see God as I see you." He found peace and purpose, later becoming Swami Vivekananda.
The human dilemma to fight or not to fight the Mahabharat war deeply troubled Arjun in the battlefield of Mahabharat.
Arjuna represents the mankind suffering from what is famously called Arjun grief or Arjuna disease, and praise Lord Krishna for guidance. Karpanya doshopahata svabhavaha pruchhami tvam dharma sammudhacheta yat shreyah syan nishchitam bruhi tanme sishyasteham shadhimam tvam prapannam. My heart is overpowered by the taint of pity. My mind is confused as to duty. I ask thee, tell me decisively What is good for me? I am thy disciple who have taken refuge in thee.
This is complete surrender. Lord Krishna, the greatest friend and the benefactor, patient, persevering, persuasive, warm, friendly, and affectionate, but firm, led him through his grief and cured him of his despair with sane and wise words. We all face such dilemmas, but we must become a guiding friend like Krishna to our children.
And that means early conversations to prevent confusion.
We must anticipate issues and prepare solutions in advance.
But what about modern challenges like addiction to phones, drugs, or stealing?
Let me share an example.
Hmm.
A student once told me he was addicted to the mobile. He couldn't stop. I agreed to speak to his father. After an honest conversation, they both acknowledged their mistakes. Together, we found an alternative that gave the boy greater satisfaction than his screen time.
It's tragic. Many of us know the consequences but still go on making mistakes.
That's why plans and involvement matter. If he is watching something harmful, we need to intervene firmly but lovingly. Parents must commit their time, energy, and creativity.
Yeah.
They say no plan fails, but we fail to plan.
When realization dawns, solutions follow.
Absolutely. The counselor, whoever he is, must be a person of integrity, believing in the values he preaches, and should have compassion and passion for his work.
Group counseling is very effective for sports persons or for people involved in group projects.
Yes, once after a group session where I was talking about growing up, two girls came back to confide in me. They were on a dangerous path. I simply said, "Stop and turn back." With courage, they did. I told them, people may praise your strength or criticize your mistakes, but this is your life. Live it well. Their parents, though shocked, stood by them. With the help from authorities, we resolved the issue.
Schools may have counselors, but teachers are uniquely placed to help.
Yes, counseling is often a spontaneous act, unselfish, imaginative, and deeply human.
Above all, counseling is built on trust. The counselor counselee bond is sacred like a devotee and God.
And where there is truth and trust, healing begins.
Yes.
Every problem has a solution, otherwise, it wouldn't exist.
So face the problem head on. A solution will follow.
But stay strong, disciplined, and decisive.
That's all for today.
We'll meet again with another idea on Sara Akash.
Thank you for being with us. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Namaste.
Namaste.